I'm Vijay Kalyan Jha from MBA 100 and we are going to discuss MICAT 1 2022 in this session. I appeared for the test myself in the morning and found it to be more difficult than even CAT 2022. Yes, you heard it right, and whatever you read on the thumbnail, the answer to that is a big yes. So the structure of the test. We all know that the test has three sections, A, B and C. Section A is of psychometric test. You need to do 150 questions here in 30 minutes. Section B is descriptive in nature. You need to answer 4 questions in 25 minutes. And section C, the aptitude part, has 80 minutes of duration and you need to do 70 questions there. Is this section C that I found to be very difficult? In fact, all of you must have found it to be difficult. Let's start with the analysis of the psychometric test. 150 questions to be done in 30 minutes. As we have already seen, one needs to attempt all 150 questions. Please keep that in mind. But this test is all about you. So why should you worry? Why should you worry? 33 to 34 questions are just 2 options, true and false. But the remaining 115, 116 questions are 8 options. And these options were totally disagree, strongly disagree, disagree, somewhat disagree, totally agree, strongly agree, agree and somewhat agree, as you can read on your screen. Then you need to check every 10th minute if you have answered 50 questions in the last 10 minutes in order to check if you are on the right path. There may not be much of a difference between totally agree and strongly agree. So do not worry much about this, that of these two, which one to mark. Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Do not get stuck. That is the mantra here. All right. Let's come to the descriptive part. Number of questions, 4. Total marks, 70. What was the topic? The topic was confusion contracts chaos. Actually, it was section C of this very test that brought in lots of chaos. More on that in some time. Questions 1, 2 and 3 were based on this particular topic. Confusion contracts chaos. Okay. The first question expected you to write 300 words or a maximum of 300 words in favor of it, and you got 10 marks for it. In question 2, you have to write 3 points against it. Again, maximum word limit 300 words and you got 10 marks for this. In question 3, you had to write on this particular topic, as I put on the screen, how can confusion be used to enhance collegiality and solidarity among the teams. Maximum word limit 300 words and you got a total of 20 marks for this. Alright. In question 4, you got 4 images, a direction sign, a credit card, a board game and a toy, and then you needed to build a story around it. Maximum word limits, again 300 words and total 30 marks. Alright, let's come to section C. You got 80 minutes for this and you needed to do 70 questions. The distribution of the 70 questions was like this: convergent and divergent thinking, 20 questions, verbal ability, 20 questions, quantitative aptitude and data interpretation, again 20 questions, general awareness, 10 questions. And mind you, the difficulty level of each of the sections was high. And to add to your troubles, most of the questions had 8 options. A few of them had 4 options as well, but most of them had as many as 8 options. There was 1 mark for every correct answer and a penalty of 0.25 marks for every incorrect response. When it comes to CDT, convergent and divergent thinking, this is how the paper was. Reasoning, number-based questions, 3. Circular arrangement, 1. Critical reasoning, 2 questions. Non-verbal reasoning, 2 questions. Coding, 3 questions. Word association, 6 questions. All very difficult. Time, speed and distance, 1 question. Data sufficiency, 2 questions. So total of 20 questions. Alright. As I told you that most of the questions had 8 options. Word association questions were difficult. Coding questions were also difficult. So what was simple? Probably nothing. Look at this sample. Which term is wrongly put in the sequence? The sequence is 11, 24, 43, 72, 109 and 156. Please try it. I will put the answer in the description of this video on December 4. If forward is coded as 19 and snake in is coded as 1, then the code for Marvel is what? Alright, try to answer these questions. An attempt of 6 to 7 questions is good, I believe. Let's come to the verbal ability section. You had just 1 reading comprehension passage of 4 questions. The passage was on rotation of Earth. Missing sentence in a passage. You have 2 questions on this. This would remind you of CAT 2022 VARC section, where also you had 2 questions on missing sentence in a passage. Parasummary, 1 question. Sentence compression with 4 blanks, 4 questions. Parajumbles, 5 sentences, 3 questions. Word substitution, 2 questions. Inference based questions, 2. Odd one out, 2. So total of 20 questions, and almost all of them were difficult. Alright, questions were lengthy as well as difficult. An attempt of 7 to 8 questions is good, I believe. Let's come to quantitative aptitude and data interpretation section. You had 4 questions on DI and remaining 16 on quantitative aptitude. The DI set was on bar graph and line graph, and you had a total of 4 questions on this. 1 question, just 1 question of data sufficiency. On permutation and combination and probability, you had as many as 3 questions. On geometry and mensuration, 6 questions. Arithmetic, your favorite, 6 questions. So total of 20 questions. Alright. It was a healthy mixture of arithmetic, permutation, combination, geometry. And an attempt of 5 to 6, even 4 to 5, I believe is good. In general awareness, most of the questions were match the columns type, and knowing just one match was not enough. In fact, for any match, you got at least 2 to 3 options, and most of the questions had 8 options. An attempt of 4 to 5 is also good here, a sample question. Slogan of American Express, do not leave home without it. How many of you remember? Where is the headquarters of NATO? They had all the reasons to ask you a question on NATO. Why? Because of this Russia-Ukraine war. That's obvious, isn't that? Who is Madhbi Puri Bak? SEBI chairperson, of course, but please do not think that you got 1 mark for knowing these facts. All these facts appeared as a part of, just a part of a question, and not as the complete question. Alright, logos of IDBI and Canada Bank were also asked. Overall, an attempt of around 25 can be considered good. And even if you are able to score something like 14, 15, 16, that is good. Anyway, the cutoff is a useless expression here, because 50% weight would be given to your MICAT score and 50% weight would be given to either CAT or AXAT or GMAT scores. Isn't that? So why to worry much about this? And if you're that unhappy with MICAT 1, please apply for MICAT 2. You can do that till January 16, 2023. And MICAT 2 itself is on January 28, 2023. So how many days are you left with for MICAT 2? And if you're not happy about your CAT score either, you can certainly apply for the AXAT and try to better your score. You can apply for the AXAT till December 11. Please. And please do not forget to do the 3 MICAT sample papers given in the description here. And do not forget to like this wonderful video and subscribe to MBA 100 channel. All the best.